Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So, Sunday morning already. How the heck did that happen? Good grief. So I originally said that I was going to sit down in here, I think it was Friday. I was going to have some bench time this weekend. No, haven't been able to do that yet. But it's Sunday morning and I have a lot of stuff to do. So, bench time and video time is going to be limited for me yet again. Not a big deal though. Don't take it too seriously. Kind of keeps the hobby lighthearted for me. Definitely don't want to treat it like a job. So if I get in here this week, I'll get in here. I'll get in here today. It might be later on today, but I'll get in here nonetheless and get something done. But for today, I have a couple of reveals to show you. First off, I got the Ole Goat for the Lucas C Channels group build. I got that finished up actually a couple weeks ago. And I did post photos of it on that Facebook group. So if you're on there, you've probably seen it. However, I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't. There are so many people posting in that group that sometimes, even as an admin on there, I lose track of what's going on, and there are posts that I don't see. So I'm going to show you the Ole Goat, and then I have the dually, the quick and fun build that was. That's finished too. So let's cut to the chase and start showing you some stuff. So here is the Ole Goat. Sorry, my allergies are off the charts today. I don't know why. There it is. I think it came out pretty decent. Now, I know you guys say, man, that kit's such a crap kit. Why even waste your time? Well, to those guys, I say, on you, okay? Because it was fun. And I'm glad that this model kit was actually available for me to build, because there wouldn't be another 67 GTO without it. So, give her a spin around. This is just rattle canned. So, nothing fancy. I used almost all of the parts that came with the kit. And the ones I did change weren't because they weren't good enough. I changed them because I wanted to add certain details and certain aspects to this build. I easily could have built this car right out of the box and made it look just as nice. But I wanted to add a few things. So, we'll start out with what needed the most work. There were some old lines that took care of those. I just realized I got some polish in this door seam. I'll have to clean that up after. We had to do some sanding to get that grill to fit nice and snug, which wasn't a problem at all. It just took a little bit of time. Maybe an hour or so of sitting here and sand, test fit, sand, test fit. So that came out really well. I think it looks good. I had to do some fiddling to get the hood to fit. But again, I think it fits really well. Another problem, well, not really problem, but another thing that kind of bugs people, and I found out after, I heard a lot of people tell me that the rear bumper's too narrow, rear bumper's too narrow. Well, I talked to some one-to-one guys. I actually talked to a friend of mine that has a 67 GTO. I mean, had a 67 GTO. He's had numerous GTOs, and he said the rear bumpers on those things don't fit that good from the factory. So I didn't worry about it. It is what it is, and I don't think it looks that bad. So let's see, what other trouble did I have? I think that was really it. So the chassis is very basic, just a little bit of detail painting. So the engine is actually painted with pre-1965 Pontiac engine blue. I didn't have the correct blue, and when I went to order it from the website that I order my MCW paints from, it was out of stock, which is okay, it's fine. So I used the 66 and newer. I used the 65 and down blue, so that's what that is. Those are parts box ladder bars that I just kind of fabbed up mounts for right there and mounted to the axle. I had to chop the exhaust. The tailpipes would have come out and run all the way down here, but these big fat tires, it hit the tailpipes. So I chopped the tailpipes off. I remember a lot of street machines in my day had exhaust that dumped out right after the rear axle onto the car. Matter of fact, I still know of a car that does that, so didn't think twice about it. And I used the big fat. These are center lines out of the heavy Chevy Chevelle kit, so they're 1/24 scale. But I think they fit the car just fine. They look really good. Now on the interior is hard to see, but the only thing I changed in there is I had a set of bucket seats from a Tamiya kit. It was a Tamiya Skyline GT3000R kit that came with 4 sets of bucket seats. Or 3 sets of bucket seats, something like that. And there's a pair in there that I really liked, so I held on to those. Sadly, this reminds me of this, I mailed the rest of those parts overseas to a person, and he never got them. So I don't have any of the extra parts for that kit anymore, which kind of stinks. But anyway, it is what it is. I used a resin by Reese 4-speed shifter in there. I put it inside the car so it sticks up a little bit taller, which is fine. It's what I was looking for. It's got a little bit of a taller aftermarket shifter. That's all I changed in there. I detail painted the rest of it. And of course I added a hood tack. It's a GTO. It's gonna have a hood tack, even though they didn't come on this year car, I don't think. But anyway, hood tack. Then the engine. That's the kit engine with the kit valve covers and the kit manifolds. So what I had to do there is if I put the engine in the location that the kit says to put it in, it was way too far forward. You could see the whole bell housing. You could see everything. It looked like it was hanging out in the middle of nowhere, which looked ridiculous to me. So I trimmed the transmission down a little bit. I trimmed down the sides of the chassis where the engine mounts because the exhaust manifolds hit. I also shaved the exhaust manifolds down just a bit, which didn't really make a difference because the exhaust still mounts up to them. And I got that engine sitting back where it should be, or in my mind where it should be. I'm not, a GTO restoration expert. I don't know if that's too close to the firewall or not, whatever, but to me it looks right now. So that's what I did there. I had a dual 4-barrel low-rise intake from something. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know what kit it came from. I don't know if it's a Ford manifold, a Dodge manifold, a Chevy manifold. I don't know. But I made it work on this. And I used 2 resin MCV Holley 600 Street carburetors. Hard to see underneath those air cleaners, I know, but that's what I used for the carburetors. I stole a radiator out of the parts box. I had to cut that down to get that to fit because the radiator that came with this kit was ridiculously small. It was so thin you could see through the damn thing. And it wasn't big enough. It wasn't like wide enough for you to see it. So I stole a radiator and some radiator hoses out of a car, out of the parts box. Sorry, it's early. So it's got an upper and a lower radiator hose in there. As always, guys, my motto is have fun, and as long as you're happy with it, then be happy and proud of that model. One word of advice I'm going to give you guys is always put in a lower radiator hose. People pick up on that. So, upper lower radiator hoses, wired, battery cables, and then because of the old promo style screw mount thing here, I made this little panel to as closely resemble a GTO one as I could. Again, my scratch building skills, you know. But now, I have seen, and I might, I wish I'd done it, and I don't have any more sheet styrene, but I might change that. So on the Lucas C group, I saw a guy post one. He 3D printed a thing that covers this whole big gap, and this radiator fan shroud looks factory. And that was nice. I wish I'd had the ability to do that, but I'm not going to buy a 3D printer. I'm going to support my buddies that do that instead. So there you have it. That's what this looks like. This came out, I think, in my mind, it came out really nice. With rattle cans, some Tamiya black wash detailing, my New Hampshire plates, as always. There you have it, guys. The Old Goat. So many people said, you can't make a nice model out of that kit. It's too garbage, but guess what? I think that's pretty nice. Anyway, so that's that. Well, let me show you the dually. So the dually is going to be, I don't know how I'm going to do the dually. I might just have to hold it because it's too big to go in a case. So I have to get myself a case. Do I have? I don't have. Nope. Sure don't. I usually have a piece of wood here that I can put stuff on, but I don't. So, all right. And there's the dually. Very, very simple curbside build. Chassis has zero detail. This was meant to be a fun, quick, clear your head build. You know, and I say clear my head because I had this concept of this truck in my brain rolling around like freaking crazy, and I figured I can do this. I can build it in like a week and get it done with, and then it's done, and I can move on. Plus, I'm getting a kit off the shelf. So here it is. Again, rattle canned. Some polish on that side. Okay, again, rattle canned. This is the Testors Extreme lacquer Deja Blue, I think it is. I think it was, something like that. Some really cool decals that were gifted to me by a subscriber. They were on a decal sheet that I got in with a bunch of other decals like last year at some point in time. I think they fit the look of the truck very well. I think it came out really nice. Again, built to be a curbside model. So if this gets put on a show table, which it might, I'm not altogether sure yet. For the Classic Plastic Show, the curbside class is supposed to be judged without picking it up because it's curbside. So I didn't do anything underneath this truck. I literally, it's a screw bottom, and I screwed the bottom on, slid the axles through, and called it a day. That's it. No detail underneath. So the plate, I really like this plate. So I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of blurry. It's a New Hampshire plate. It says BGBLUOX. It matches the license plate on the big Jeep. So that's pretty neat. I got a bunch of those, and I thought, this is big, and it's blue. So the interior is, again, I changed the seats and the steering wheel from Parts Box Stuff. And I added an MCV resin automatic, like ratchet style shifter. And the seats were from, I think those seats were from a Revell Acura kit. Anyway. Wheels and tires are Parts Box from like an old Pro Stock or something that I had, a built up Pro Stock that wasn't that good, so I stole those. That gives it the big fat meats in the back look. You can't really see them, I'm sorry guys. Anyway, there we go. Big fat meats in the back. Yeah, so that is the dually. Now, funny story. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to share this with you because you're my buds and I want to share funny stories with you sometimes, right? So I had this truck ready to go. I just assemble it, which most of these parts snapped in, like the glass snapped in. Everything basically snapped together. I come home from work and I'm looking, and the grill, this whole grill piece is gone. It's not even here. It's like not here, right? So I start looking, because sometimes I'll like push stuff around here and stuff gets moved over and it's sometimes it disappears, but I find it usually pretty quickly. Not anywhere here, not anywhere, like nowhere. Looking. Call Heather. I think the cat stole. I think the cat stole part of my model. Yep. Sure enough. You guys have warned me. I know. A few of you guys have said, "Why do you let your cat in that room? Why do you let Blizzard run around on the desk?" Well, I can't shut him out of this room. We have a pretty small house as it is. Over there in the corner. Is his litter box. We have 3 cats, so you have to have 3 litter boxes. So Heather's office has one, my office has one, and we have one in the laundry room. There's literally no other place to put a litter box in here, so it is what it is. I can't close him out of the room. Plus, it's a small house. He has to have the room to run, because when he gets running, sometimes he runs so fast. Like the other day, the video I said, Blizzard's got the zoomies. He like runs. Anyway, he had decided that looked like a good toy to play with for a little while. And let's put it this way. It wasn't in this room when we found it. And it took us a while. I had to wait till Heather got home. And I had to drink a beer to calm my nerves. And then we found it. So, yeah, always a challenge. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. As always, you guys are awesome. Please go check out Mark at Hobby Nut Models. His website's linked in the description of the video. Go check out MCV Products. Matthew is adding stuff on that website every single day, and he's adding cool stuff too. Yeah, that'll do it for this time. So now, again, like I said, it's Sunday. This is running long, guys. Sorry, it's Sunday. I have so much stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to have to spread this out during the week. So I'm hoping that I can do another video today. I might not be able to, but I have stuff that came in the mail from Iceman Collections that I want to show you guys. I got some stuff that came in the mail from Mark at Hobby Nut that he would like me to show you guys and do a review on some stuff. And I'm more than happy to do that. And yeah, I got some progress on the 36 Ford that I want to talk about. So let's see if I can do it. See if I can squeeze another video in today. Again, like I said, if it comes down to video or bench time might win out today, but we'll see. Either way, look for those videos to come this week at the very least. And I will talk to you again later on. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Bye.